The City of Jackson's Visitors and Conventions Commission reminds us to shop locally. From our wide selection of national retail chains to our unique downtown shops, Jackson is a great place to spend the day. Catch an exhibit or grab some lunch or dinner from one of our national restaurant chains or local eateries. Spend the night in one of our national chain hotels. No matter what your plans, the City of Jackson and Jackson County in the rolling hills of Southern Ohio is a great way to spend the day. Just a friendly reminder from the City of Jackson Visitors and Conventions Commission.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have some special guests in the studio today, two of our favorites here. And they're so excited to be here.
I love you.
No, but well, listen, you all are here for a wonderful cause, and it is something that's so very important to talk about. And we talked about it a week or two ago here on the program, but we're going to reiterate kind of some of the facts and things, and that is to deal with our homelessness population here in the area. And first off, would you all introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Josie Rader, and I'm the Executive Director of Faith and Fitness.
And I'm Marcia Radeball, and I'm a community health worker with the Jackson County Health Department.
That's right. And so Josie and Marcia are kind of here as a combined duo with Because You Care. And there's a lot to talk about with this homelessness situation. And as we learned the other day from the folks from the committee, this isn't something that we can stick our head in the sand and it's going to go away. This isn't something that we can stick our head in the sand and pretend like it isn't happening.
Right.
So how do you all feel? Like what's going on?
Well, yeah, part of the reason I'm here is because a lot of the clients that I have had, they're not on drugs.
Yeah.
They don't drink. They just found themselves in a situation, where they're homeless. And it could be due to medical issues, having to pay. They're on disability.
Okay.
So, if you're only making $650 to $900 a month.
Well, that's rent.
Yeah. And you don't have anything left. And so a lot of them find themselves out on the street.
Yeah.
And, they're, they're humans and they're kind and,
Yes.
and you just feel so bad for them, especially when they come in and you're scrounging trying to find an emergency shelter for
Yes.
them, especially the last two that I've had. The weather was bad. We ended up putting them in a hotel ourselves, just because we didn't want them out in the elements. And once they're disabled, especially if they don't have internet, they don't have a phone.
Yeah.
That
it's a
type
vicious
of thing.
cycle.
Yeah, they can't get in touch with. The last fella I had, he couldn't even get in touch with his bank to get money out because he didn't have any documentation. They lose it. People steal
Sure.
things when they're out, and about, and then trying to get him into a permanent place. I mean, I've called. I had to call as far as Lancaster,
Yep.
Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Well, then transportation's
Yeah,
impossible.
then that was the next one. So thank goodness I had a lady from Jobs and Family Services, and AAA 7 was working with me to get my last fella in someplace. And I mean, we spent at least 6 hours that day trying to get him in somewhere. So it's really a struggle, to try to help people that really need it. And I know Gallia, they're getting a new shelter there. Ross has just opened one up.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but we really need one here instead
Yes,
of trying
we
to
do.
bag people in other counties, to help us out, because they have a large population too,
Sure, it's
you know.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
And
everywhere
right, and
for
so
many different reasons.
yes. And so they a lot of these places are maxed out.
Mhm.
And so, all you could do is, just say, well, I'm sorry, which I can't do.
No,
I just
and
can't do.
that's why you do the job that
Yeah.
you do, because you can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why we're so fortunate to have people like
oh,
you in our
thank you.
area. And
Yeah.
also Josie, who's
Yeah.
very helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I call it my Jesus work because you're out there to help those that are poor, and
Yes.
destitute and homeless. And, it's important. And the last fellow I had, I did get him into a shelter, but it's a pretty rough situation.
Okay.
But he has his little Bible and he goes to church wherever he can find one. So a lot of them are good people, and and it's easier. And he even knew that. I mean, he said, if I was on drugs, then I could get in someplace real easy.
To a rehab.
to a
yeah.
rehab
And
place,
then you
which
have
is
a
true.
warm bed and shelter.
Exactly. But if they're not, and then I had another fella that had a little dog, and a lot of shelters won't take pets, and they're not about to leave their pet, because that's the only thing they have.
Yes.
So my dream would be to have a shelter that allows pets and, a little station where you could give them a bath and deflea them or whatever, But, they need their pet if they have one.
Absolutely. A lot of times that's
Yeah.
your only companionship.
And it is, And so anyway, I saw the show with the homeless committee on there. And so they made a lot of good points, which is, very true. They're just stuck and they need someone to help them. And I think, just being a Christian myself, that's part of life, and we need to get out there and help these people. And they're so grateful for anything that you can help them with. So I'm just out there planting a seed today.
Look at you go. And that's so wonderful. And Josie, you do so much work for, oh my gosh. I mean,
I love this.
She
This
is
is
just
so
a
cool.
little angel.
Thanks.
She literally is an angel here on earth.
Yes.
But, you do so much work for, so many different organizations and causes and whatever. So what does this mean to you, with the homelessness thing? And do you have any ideas or anything you're working toward for this?
Yeah.
One of the many 7 million things that you do. She was very instrumental in our breast cancer
Yeah.
event.
Oh,
and
yes.
That was so
we
good.
did good with
That
that
was so
one.
good.
We
yes,
did good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. I would just like to echo what you said. I feel like just it's my calling to get out there and to do these things.
Right.
I really don't even think twice about it. I feel like we all should be doing something because we live here.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that, you talked about connecting to other businesses and other organizations. I think collaborating together is the key for, success in our town. And so that's what I've seen. I've noticed, like us today, we're collaborating on this. But I feel like when we work together, we get things done in a better
Right.
way. And with the homelessness, I agree. I'm actually hoping to join the committee. So, yes. So,
Because she needs something else to do.
Yeah.
but no, I do feel like,
Yeah.
homelessness, poverty, older adults, people that are forgotten, drug addicts. I feel like all of those people are people I want to touch. And
Right.
so I just feel so connected to any program like that. And so what we've been doing here lately, we just had the Thanksgiving meal drive last month, which was huge.
You did. Tell everybody
Yeah.
about
Yes.
that.
So this
So
this
good.
program started with Tiffany Boggs. She's a member of the community, and she started this program, and it started with, I think, like 14 or 17, I think that's what it was, families. And we've actually touched 320 families.
Oh.
It grew so fast. And
That's so good.
she was
Yes.
like, I think we need to maybe turn this into an organizational thing. And so Faith and Fitness kind of took that over last year. And this year we were able to serve hundreds of families as well, which we know the ripple effect is huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're not just affecting that one person or that one family, you're probably affecting their extended family too.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we did that in November, and then this month, another crazy one. We are touching 604 kids with the Gear Grinders. We decided to team up with the Gear Grinders and
Okay.
facilitate the shifting gears for Christmas cheer effort this year. So we did not expect 604 children, but
Wow.
I think it goes to show the great need in
Right.
our community.
It does.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
we do still have tags available at various locations in Jackson. So if you're shopping around today, I would love for you to grab a tag. I think we sometimes forget how fortunate we are,
Right.
and
Yeah.
if we could just pick up one little tag and support a child in need, I think that would really brighten the
Yeah.
Christmas spirit. And then
For those well, just let me stop you there because
Yes.
this is very important and I don't want to gloss over it.
okay, yes,
The tags for people who don't know what the heck you're talking about.
that's true. Yes.
Let's back up for a moment and talk about this because it's kind of like an angel tree situation
Yes.
where you can kind of adopt a child for Christmas.
Yes, exactly.
So kind of explain that. And what can people do? How do they need to do it?
Yes. So these, and I can't name all the businesses because there ended up being so many that supported this, which is awesome. Thank you, Jackson County. But if you go into a business, for example, let's say you go into the treatery to get a donut today.
Okay.
There are tags on the tree, hopefully. Nicole, I don't know if there's still tags on your tree, but if there are,
We're
you can
using you as an example.
Yes.
And go in and get a really good donut.
yes, yes, which is a little pitch for what's coming up on Saturday.
Oh.
But yeah, so if you go in there and grab a tag, then there's an age of the child, so you know who you're supporting and their needs, and then some of their wants. So usually what I try to do is I get a couple things that they need and then a couple things that they want. So
Okay.
they're kind of getting both things because some of the kids just want a jacket for wintertime, which to me is like heart shattering.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So yes, you can just support a child or two. I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, my kids are all grown up. My grandkids are all grown up."
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I
Yes.
don't have any
Me too.
kids,
Right,
but I
right.
go to the store and I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I went to buy games for the new tap
Oh.
room the other day.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
I was like, oh, I loved to play Candyland and Chutes
Yes.
and Ladders when I
Yes.
was little and all
Yes.
this stuff. And I was just like having so much fun in the
Yeah.
toy section.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I feel like people like that just want to have fun
Yeah.
giving back. I think it's just a cool way to, I don't know. During the holidays, I feel like maybe giving is more at the forefront. We kind
I
of
think
are,
it is.
You know
like
what
I would much
mean?
rather. I don't need anything. I don't want
Right.
anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I would rather give things.
Yeah.
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 Do you have tags still that like you personally that
Faith and Fitness, we do not. So thank you to all of our members that took those tags.
Very good.
But I can get some. So if you
Okay.
do know anybody that wants a tag, I can definitely make sure that happens. And then we can also have tags at our studio. I'll try to go pick up some from other businesses if you guys want to stop at the studio today. I'll
Okay.
be there from 10:45 to 12:45, and then again this evening for the cookie walk and
Oh yes,
and the sidewalk market.
So
Love
much
that.
fun stuff going on in
Yes.
Jackson today, which is something else we can talk about here in a little
Yep.
bit. Aren't you girls just happy you came here today? Because I'm going to use you to talk about everything. But so then, what do you do with the stuff?
Okay, so this is where the fun begins. We have to take it all back to the Gear Grinders, and we have to kind of organize everything. And all of these families are coming to pick up the stuff next Sunday.
Okay.
So from 11 to 4, we actually get to be able to facilitate that with the Gear Grinders. and we get to give those gifts to the families. So it's really exciting. And the line of cars is going to be interesting.
It is. So now, do you wrap them or just put
No.
everything in like a shopping bag and?
Yes.
Okay.
So do not wrap the gifts. We put them in shopping bags or just like a little cute little Christmas bag.
Okay.
And then you put the tag on there so we know who it
Okay.
belongs to.
Perfect.
And we have a whole system down. A sweet lady who just moved to Jackson wanted to get on board. Her name is Laura, and she created all of the tags and the process. She has a background in serving at a larger level, and she
Wow.
just showed up and was like, I really want to do this with you guys. So she's been a godsend
Thank
for
you.
sure. Yes,
Yeah.
thanks, Laura.
Very good. Well, we digressed for a moment, but I think that this is such an important
Mhm.
thing and goes along with what we
does.
All
are.
the needs that
I feel like
people are
it's hand
talking
in
about.
hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want to do everything that we can to prevent homelessness.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where we come in. We're trying to meet
Right.
them before they reach that homelessness,
Yes.
you know, and know that they're loved and cared for.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Yes.
You know, and it just, and I was talking with the committee folks because I was like, and I think I took them back. I'm like, let's talk for a moment about how people get there because
Mhm.
everyone just jumps to the conclusion of, well, they're a piece of crap or they are
Mhm.
on drugs or they're just bad people.
right.
And I would have to venture out and say that a very high percentage of people have ended up there through no fault of their
Yes.
own
Right.
or a circumstance that they could not control.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I think a number of them have health issues, and
Okay.
so you know they lose their job because of their health issues, or they just lost a job. You know, maybe the
Sure.
job went under or
Mhm.
something. But I know the folks that I've worked with, a lot of them lost their job because of health issues. They can't work.
Okay.
You know, they are on disability, but it's just not
It
enough
doesn't
money.
pay much.
And
yeah.
you know, my first one, he made $650 a month, and you know, rent is $500.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
know, and you know, you just can't live on that.
Right.
And so then they find themselves, you know, out on the street.
Yep.
And you know, a lot of times, you know, well, not a lot of times, but some of them that I've dealt with, they've come through from other places, and for whatever reason, they lost their car, they got it impounded, you know, for different reasons, I guess. And then they can't get it out,
Yes.
you know.
And it is a vicious cycle.
Yeah, and it is. And so then, you know, they're out on the street again, and then they can't get the documentation that they need to get it out, or to,
Correct.
you know, like this last gentleman I helped, you know, he has a bank account, he does have money in it, but for whatever reason, he can't get the documentation to even get the money out. You know, because it's
Which
you know,
makes sense. So here's the thing. Again, it's a vicious cycle. If you lose
Yeah.
your driver's license and your social security card, then you can't get a driver's license and a social security
Yeah.
card.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
And he could have got it if
Your
he had a
hel-
permanent address too.
Mhm.
see, and
And
so
that's
here's
just
the thing.
they're stuck.
I know, and I think you probably heard me talking about the thing that Marty Jacobs had done that I
Oh.
participated in. I thought it was such a great event, but I could tell the common theme with the folks I talked with was I can't get a job because I don't have an address.
Right.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, what? Because I'm homeless, I don't have an address. I can't put anything down on an application. I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone number.
right.
And I'm like, at the least, could we not have a place where people could call their home base
Yes.
that is a phone number
Mhm.
and an address for them to get
Right.
mail or
Mhm.
to, receive phone calls
Yeah.
or something?
And that's what you could do if you were in a homeless shelter,
Mhm.
Correct.
but you can't get in one.
But we
you
don't
know?
have that here.
Right.
Right.
And even low income housing around here is really rough. It's,
Mhm.
you know,
Well,
I
waiting
was told
lists are
3 years.
yes,
Wow.
You know,
like literally.
yes. And, you know, it's just, and I was, you know, on the internet looking at the state of Ohio site, And they were talking about, how it's just extremely difficult. They can give them vouchers. You can maybe qualify for a voucher, to even help with rent, but then there's no place to stay.
There's no
Yeah.
housing in our area.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's southeastern Ohio is really, it's like, I think it said it's 1/3 of the population is homeless
Oh,
in
my
our
goodness.
area in the state.
Wow.
I think, so don't quote me on that. But, there's no place for them to go.
I get calls every day. I got
Mhm.
two. I had to go to Columbus yesterday, and my phone was just blowing up with people asking me if I had any places for rent.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
some of them are, again, unfortunate situations. I'm splitting up from my spouse.
Yes.
Mom and dad told me I have to fly the coop at some
Yeah.
point. Things like this where, again, people are just looking and there's nothing available.
Right. And a number of these people do have mental issues, mental health
Yes.
issues, and very intelligent, but for whatever reason got them in this situation. It's caused a
Well,
lot of mental health
and again, and
issues.
and you see this, I know, well, you don't want to say in the big city, but I see a lot of this on like Upper High Street in Columbus, especially. Like,
Yeah.
so what happens is the folks have mental health issues, and to cope they turn to drugs. So it's
Mhm.
not they've decided to do drugs and became bad people. It was everything's going wrong. I don't know how to cope with all this stuff. I go to
Right.
drugs. And so it is, again, this vicious cycle, and then you can't get out of it.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it is just heartbreaking.
Yes.
Mhm.
There's so much stuff going on. So
Right.
don't think there's not. And it's
Yeah.
happening
Right.
right here in our community
Yeah.
as well.
I partnered with the church in Pike County, and they provide hot meals in the park. And
Oh.
we literally have people come out from underneath the bridge,
Mm.
to get a hot meal. And the community health co-worker that is the Pike County community health worker, she has a client right now that's in a wheelchair that's homeless
Mm.
in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
and, she's trying really hard to
That's
try to get her in a
impossible.
place. Yeah. But it's like, well, we can bump her up on the list because she's disabled. But then, it's 32 degrees out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yes.
So,
And wintertime's obviously a lot worse.
yes,
Like,
it is.
we can deal with summer, even if people are living, God forbid, outside or whatever.
Right.
It's one thing. Wintertime is life and death situation.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And, we've gotten tents for people, but doing the research for that, the sleeping bags are the most important, because they can sort of cuddle down in a sleeping bag.
Okay.
But I know last year I probably got, I think maybe 5 or 6 for the people at the homeless shelter. Well, not a homeless shelter, in the park there. And they were real excited because I got them 0 degrees
Nice.
sleeping bags.
Aw.
So it's something you don't think about, even the type of sleeping bag, that they might need. And we had one fella, he was only like around 40. He had a really bad heart condition, and we were working with him. He was sleeping out in the woods. Beautiful musician. He could play the guitar, and he was really, a nice young man. And he ended up dying of heart failure.
Oh no.
But I can remember when we went and took him food. It was like a real hot day last summer, and we ran to the store and got him some bottles of water and things like that. And before Suzanne, the other community health worker, left, he goes, "I have to give you something," and he ran off and found the shiniest rock that he
Aw.
could give her,
Oh.
just in appreciation. And it just really, hits at the heart.
Yes.
And, when he passed away, the homeless people at the park wanted to have a little service for him. And one of our I call him one of our orneryest guys. He
I
some
love
of them can be a little challenging, but he's okay. But it just sort of broke your heart when, I mean, he's crying and he wanted to lead everyone in. They had a little service and he sang Amazing Grace.
Oh,
And
jeez.
it just was heart wrenching that, even the people that were homeless
Yeah.
cared for this young man,
Yep.
And wanted to give him a nice service.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
it's just sad, and I think part of our job, as humans, as Christians, is to really help these people.
Yeah.
Yes.
They deserve it. They deserve respect,
Yeah.
and and this young man that passed away, he lost his parents,
Mhm.
and then he was disabled and couldn't afford the house, and so he
Sure.
finds himself out on the street.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so anyway, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Is to
So,
plant this seed to try to get something for Jackson County. We really
and we're
need
so
it.
happy that you're here today to talk about this. And I feel like this is like a 1-2 punch of like trying to get our viewers to understand how important this is.
Yeah.
What can people do to help right now? I mean, short of building a shelter,
Yeah,
which is
right.
obviously, I don't think within any of our budgets
Right.
personally.
That's the problem. Yeah.
But an army, a little
Yeah.
bit from an
Right.
army can
Yeah.
do a lot.
Yeah.
Right. I think just like she said, was partnering with other committees. The
Mhm.
homeless committee for Jackson County would be a great place to start. Support them.
Okay.
Whatever needs that they have, that they see that they need. Just support them in any way you can.
Mhm.
With donations. I think they do food.
Yes.
They do a food thing at the church. Just get involved and just support each other, trying to support them.
Mhm.
What would be a neat idea is, even right now, if we don't have a shelter, if we could get like those heat lamp things
Oh, yeah.
that they have.
Okay.
They're like propane.
Yeah.
It'd be nice just to put some of those maybe under a shelter at a park or something, so they could at least go there,
That's a smart
for
idea.
heat.
Warm up
you
a
know.
little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Leave sleeping bags,
Mhm.
at the shelters, in the parks.
Can you buy those here locally? I mean, we all
I
know
w-
about
I'm
Amazon,
sure a
so
hardware or
Yeah.
maybe Walmart might have
Yeah.
them.
and try to look for the ones that go down
Mhm.
to support really cold temperatures.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
be smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You could get them there. Hardware stores like
was-
camping
Yeah.
stores.
Okay.
Well, that outdoor store. There's that
Yeah.
new outdoor store. Well, newer by Kroger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is that called?
Rugged
Rugged Earth
Outfitters.
Outfitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just clothes, but I get the vibe that it's more of an outdoorsy place.
Right.
So maybe
Maybe.
Yeah.
if you guys have them, let us know.
Yeah, that's right. Get on it.
Yeah. So yeah, just really nice 0 degrees sleeping bags would be great. Um,
Could people
Leaf-
drop those off to you at the health department? Do you
Yes.
mind?
yes, that would be great.
Okay.
That would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And then I'll get them where they need to go.
Is there anything like any other supplies that you could
Um,
use?
Yeah. Any kind of jackets or mittens, hats, gloves, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the Syringe Clinic on Thursday nights. And a lot of, I think, the employees at the health department, they donate gloves and socks, like thermal socks and things.
Yeah, they have like little kits that they give
Yeah.
during the exchange,
Yeah.
the
Right.
syringe exchange.
Yeah.
And again, let's talk about that for a second, not to dwell on it, but a syringe exchange is not necessarily, again, for a bunch of IV drug users.
Right.
I mean, it is people that have diabetes, people that use things for injections every single day,
Right.
it's just a good way to rid of those needles
Right.
safely.
Yes. Yes. You can bring those
That's
in.
the whole point.
Yeah, we do have diabetics who will come in
Yeah.
and, want to get rid of their needles, or especially if they use a syringe, they could even, get a shot, or
Yeah.
the needle for theirs.
And we're
Yeah.
also trying to prevent spread of diseases and things like that
Yeah.
by doing this. So for all of
Yes.
you that are being super judgy about that program too,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
And they have, they'll have a counselor there if someone decides they want to get off drugs. So they do have supports there and resources for them. One of the big things that I think they wanted to start this is that in our area, hepatitis was really big. HIV.
Yeah, you don't hear a
It's
lot
sort of-
about it anymore,
No.
but it's still a thing.
Right.
It has not gone away.
Right.
Yeah. And they can go there. I mean, there's medicine that they can take. They'll always have it, but it's down so low that it won't even show up in a blood test.
Yes.
And you can't pass that on to anyone
So
else.
just think about those
So,
medical
yeah.
things that we've
Right.
come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, it's a very nice program. And, no one's going to think, well, I can go there and get free needles, so I'm going to start taking drugs.
No.
No.
This is
It just doesn't work that way.
It's a safety issue. It is a
Yes, very much.
let's prevent further things from happening
Yeah.
issue.
Well, and it keeps it, like people, you worry about people throwing their needles away and
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
It keeps it from doing that. They can bring them in and dispose them properly. And, and the people that come in there, that do have a drug problem, they're good people,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and they're being responsible.
Yes.
You know,
and they're trying to
and-
do the right thing.
Yes. And so,
And they're being checked on, which is
yes.
huge. Yeah.
Yes. They can come in and get lab work, blood tests done and
Yes.
things. So,
or if somebody doesn't show up, you all know to go look for them
Yeah.
and make sure that they're okay.
right, So, they're being extremely responsible by coming
Mhm.
in.
Yes.
And, and a lot of them don't want to be on drugs,
Mhm.
but, you get hooked. You physically do get hooked on it.
Sure.
Right.
And, and it's dangerous just to stop cold turkey. They need to
Yes.
do it, medically.
Yep.
And so, but the folks that come in there, just nice, respectful people, that just have a problem. And, and a lot of them, I've asked to pray for them and things like that. So, they're just people, and
Mhm.
they've had a problem for whatever reason. We're not there to judge them. When we got trained as a community health worker, it's like, don't judge, just meet them where they're at.
Yes.
That's
That's so important.
and that's all
Love
you can
that.
do.
So
Just meet
important.
Yeah.
people where they're at.
Yeah.
And if they want help and ask for it, do your best, to get that help for them.
Yes.
Well, listen, the whole rest of the world is judging. So people,
Yeah.
God knows that. So, if you
Yeah.
can find somebody that will just hear you
Yes.
Yeah.
and listen,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's a good start a lot
Right.
of times.
I know one lady, she didn't come, she was in another county. She came running up to me. We were at an event and just crying. And, she had been on drugs, and I got her to the right, places. But, we stood there and prayed together. And I told her, her situation wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
Even if it is your fault in a way, it's still not your fault.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
whatever was given to you,
Yeah.
the situation. And I got an email from someone that was helping her and said, I overheard everything you said. And they said that was the first time she said that someone told her it wasn't her fault.
Oh wow.
Love that.
And
maybe that's just the little boost someone might need
Yes,
along the way.
you know.
For sure.
just be kind, to
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
Yes.
And and really love those people just as Jesus loves everybody.
Yep.
And at least that's
Empathy.
my philosophy.
Yes. I love you.
Yeah. No,
That
I
is
think
so
that's
good.
good.
so
That's
so
good.
anyway, yeah. So we need to help these people. That's just,
Absolutely.
and I'm really grateful that we do have the homeless committee
Yes.
in Jackson. They're going to do some great things.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
way to
And
go.
obviously, the best thing we could do would be to get a shelter here in the area. But until then, we can do the little things to help
Yeah.
out along the way. And if every single person does a little tiny bit,
Yes.
as you know,
Yes.
it makes a huge difference.
Right.
Sure.
If you could just help one person in your lifetime,
Yes.
you're doing a great thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
So there you go. So, Josie, you do so much in the community. I mean, it's like we could do like 5 programs in a row about all the stuff that you do.
I'm so glad I brought her.
Oh my goodness.
With Faith
I'm
and
not good on
Fitness,
TV.
but
You do
also
great.
to help. So if you want to give a little plug though for Faith and Fitness, I think that it would be
Yes.
really cool. Like, how did you come up with the idea?
Okay, wow.
This is, we got to
This is-
backpedal a
yeah,
little bit
we're gonna
here.
backpedal. So a decade.
A few years.
Just a few years. Actually, when I was a student at Miami University, I struggled with fitness addiction and I started to exercise for the wrong reasons. I think that body image is something that we all struggle with
Yes.
in this culture. And so I just wanted to create a program that brought God glory, but also allowed me to not have so much pressure on my body and myself and just view myself as loved and adored. And so I started this program called Faith and Fitness with 5 of my closest friends at school. And we started in a room probably around this size, like a smaller room, and just started exercising to music that was uplifting and encouraging. Because I think sometimes we forget that music can sometimes be a little
Yes.
bit like degrading to your body and to your mind. So I tried to create positive music and a positive message. And so that group of 5 people turned into like 90 at Miami. And I was like,
Wow.
we actually had to go outside because the building was too small, which was so cool. And then one of my friends there at Miami was like, hey, why don't we take this to other places? So I said, okay, let's do it. So our first replication was at the University of Dayton, in Dayton. And we now have 14 locations in Ohio. So it's crazy.
Wow.
It's grown to so much, thousands. And just in Jackson County, the last 2 years since we've been open, we've had 1,700 classes, programs, and events for the community, which is mind-boggling. But like
It
Jen said,
is.
we're kind of always doing something.
great.
But our motto is to come as you are. So when Marcia said, like, just meet them where they're at, I believe that is true.
Yes.
We are Jesus-loving people, but we are judgment-free people. We are all-inclusive people. We want everyone.
Listen, God knows that if Josie was a judgment person, we would not be friends.
It's true. It's true. Yes.
She takes me for how I am,
Yes.
and that's much
Yes,
appreciated.
and I love you.
I
Like,
love you
We've
too.
been friends for a long
for
time.
a long time.
Long time, and I love that. But yes, I just
I'm a little sassier than she is. Let's just put it that way.
just a little bit.
She's
Funky.
like all that's good with the world, and then there's me.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. By the way, I ate at your place. It's so
you
good.
did?
Oh,
I
love
can't
it.
wait.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
It is so good. You gotta
I'm
go.
excited.
6 cents. It feels like I'm in like Columbus.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. Like I walk in, I'm like,
Good.
this is awesome. And just a little plug for all the revitalization that's happening in Jackson right now
Yes.
is huge. And I
That's
I
nice.
love being part of all of, well, I'm not a
Yeah.
huge part of all of that, but
Yes, you are.
I love motivating people. So
No, it's come, the whole point is, we expanded the brewery. Of course, Archinetti's is next door.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that is like huge for the downtown.
is.
And
It
that's,
is.
I don't,
It is.
not like tooting my own horn. I'm just saying it's all of this stuff that's happening. You have Michael's a couple doors
Right.
down. You have, all of this stuff, people that are revitalizing and doing all of these great things with buildings and businesses and whatever. And, it just goes on down the street. But the whole point is not necessarily to be selfish and hope just for your own place,
Right.
Yeah.
but for the entire downtown business
Yes.
district of
Mhm.
Jackson, which has been, let's just say, non-existent for a long
Right.
time.
Right.
And
Right.
I can remember being a little girl and you went to Stifler's store
Yes.
and GC
That's,
Murphy's
my mom
and
talks
Yes.
about that a lot.
the
Yes.
Sundry News and
Right.
all of those things. That was all downtown, and that's what you had.
I remember that too.
And
Yeah.
those were like really cool. I was talking to Dylan the other day about a department store. He had no idea what a department store was, like what I
Oh
was
my
talking
goodness.
about. I'm like, Macy's is a department store. He's
Right.
like, I don't
Yes.
understand what you're saying. Because he didn't grow
That's
up with
true.
that.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
Think
Well, I
about
mean,
Wow.
it.
online shopping just took over the world.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but
So, no,
yeah,
I mean, I definitely do my share of online
Right.
shopping.
We always try to do local though,
I
if
love
we
local.
can. That,
Yes,
that's our
yes.
thing.
So
Yeah.
we have so many businesses in downtown Jackson now.
Yes.
And
And
the
it's
more that we
pretty.
can do,
Yeah.
it's
It's
beautiful. And the more that we can do to get people downtown and stay downtown,
Right.
whether they come for one thing and then stay for another,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Anywho, I digressed again.
No.
But with Faith and Fitness, you're doing
Mhm.
such a great job, not only in getting people feeling good about themselves and healthy,
Mhm.
but also all of your charity work.
yeah.
Philanthropic is what she is.
Yes.
But there's some things going on this week. We have the
Yes.
12 days of Christmas still going
Yes,
on.
yes.
So
Mhm.
can you talk about that?
Yes, so that is with the Downtown Businesses Association, and I love being part of that. By the way, Mika and everybody involved
my
in
gosh,
that,
yes.
so good.
They brought in the
Um,
skating rink.
The skating
that was
rink,
so
that
cute.
was so cute. I
Yeah.
felt like it was a Hallmark town.
Yeah.
I still do. I feel like this tonight is going to be epic. I mean, we're going to have
Dude.
so much stuff going on for people, for kids, for families. But yeah, so the Business Association, they do a lot. The Cookie Walk is tonight. That's 4 to 7. Oh, we got a little plug up there. That's cool.
Look at that. Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you. But yes, so that is a sold out event, just so you know. But we do have a couple businesses that have extra cookies and things going on. We have the Apple City Artisans. They have 100 extra free cookies
Okay.
and
Ooh.
coffee for families. And then Faith and Fitness also is going to be giving out free hot chocolate tonight.
Nice.
So come and do that. And we're going to do a card making station for nursing home residents. So that's happening at Faith and Fitness.
Love
And
that.
of course, you can go check out the spot and all of the other locations. Hebrews is also going to have like heat lamps outside, and Elizabeth is going to be doing build a snowman. And that's 5 different businesses. You have to stop at each one to build a different layer of the snowman, which we get to be involved in that too. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the yesteryear trolley rides and the sidewalk market.
Oh yes.
The market, that's a great place to support local because the vendors, we have vendors that don't have a brick and mortar, but they're setting
Correct.
up on the sidewalks.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to support people that have not yet maybe taken the plunge to have a brick and mortar location. So I plan to shop my Christmas tonight, and I haven't shopped
That is
yet.
so exciting.
It
Like,
is
it's like,
exciting.
oh my gosh,
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
so cool.
It's really cool.
I love it.
And I know in talking with Kelsey and the Rotary folks that there's going to be like ice sculpture making on our empty lot there.
is. The
Yes.
library, thank you guys so much. The library, I just want to give you guys a shout out.
Yeah.
Love the
You
library.
have done so much for the community, and one of those things is bringing in the ice sculpting. We ask April or whoever. I'm pretty sure it's April.
April's the one I talked
Yeah,
to.
I know. I feel like she has the
and
cool.
Kelsey, yeah.
Yes, but she always brings in something above and beyond, like the Touch a Truck event that we had in September.
Yes.
We're like, hey, can we bring something in? And it's always above and beyond what we
Yeah.
think.
The YMCA
great.
says good morning and that you're awesome.
Oh, I love you guys, Tim and everybody there. The YMCA, I just want to plug in for
I
everybody.
know, it's good.
But the Y, you guys are great. That's actually where we started. One of
Yeah.
our locations, Faith and Fitness, before we had our brick and mortar, they let us teach classes there, and they were so uplifting.
If you ever want to get your butt kicked, go to one of Josie's classes. I did one of her boot camps one time, and I was like, She's
Oh
evil.
That is actually hilarious because people, they say that to me. They're like, you're so nice on the outside, but you're actually so mean.
I saw them all
Sorry.
running out one day, and I thought, boy.
Oh, yes. And if you drive by the studio and you see people running on the sidewalk,
You know
You
what?
That looks
'Cause
hard.
she's mean. Not really. No, she will kick your butt. She's super sweet about it, but she will kick your butt.
let's go, guys. Yes, but then also, if I can just say, we have our 5K on Saturday.
Okay.
I know it's not like a favorite time to run for some people but the weather's actually supposed to be kind of okay. It's going to be maybe like 42 to 60 on
That's
Saturday.
great.
That'd
I
be
think-
nice, yeah.
Don't quote me. You know how things change in Ohio, but
Dylan, what's
Uh,
it say? Look how high tech we are here.
Dylan is awesome. You guys got it going on in here.
Wait.
Sorry, this is like the one day I didn't do it. This is like the second.
Okay.
Of course. But yeah, so our 5K is the Hot Cocoa 5K, and we're partnering with the Spot on Main. So you get a hot cocoa after you run. And then
No, yeah, not before.
well, I guess if you just want to show up and you don't want to run, that's fine. And then we also have the Treatery, downtown Treatery. They have donuts. So we're going to
Yes.
have a hot cocoa and a donut and a special message from Russ and Tammy Strange from Elevate Ministries. So they're going to do a little message with the candy canes. Okay, let's see. I did not
Yes.
lie. Look at that.
63 on
63.
Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no excuse, everybody. Sign up for this. This is in partnership with the Iron City Barbell. So we're actually doing a fundraiser together. I gotta tell this story if it's okay. Am I talking too much?
No. Where do you sign up
Marsha's
for the
like,
5K?
Okay, so you can sign up online or on the day. You can just show up and sign up on the day of. We'll have same
Okay.
day signups.
Okay.
But it's online at the Faith and Fitness page, and then it's been shared
Okay.
by the Chamber of
Mhm.
Commerce and other things, the Sidewalk Market and other things.
Okay.
Okay, but story time. So Jenny was our Woman of the Year.
Yes.
So we had a little, yay. We had a little nomination thing, I don't know what you want to call it, for Woman of the Year. And Jenny ended up winning that, which totally deserves because she does so much
Yes.
in the community. But what's really cool is we both picked the same date for a 5K.
Wow.
And so we were like, okay, so we can either do this together or one of us has to say, we'll back away, but we ended up doing it together.
Love that.
So we're splitting the proceeds and they both go back to our programs. So they're going to be using theirs for equipment. We're going to be using ours for programs and events for 2024. So
Very good.
really excited
Excellent.
for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out. That was kind of like our breast cancer event.
It was like you and me. I was like, oh yeah, well,
Like, hey, Josie, we're doing a breast cancer event. You want to help? She's like, well, we're doing one. Let's combine. Okay.
Yes.
that's usually the answer. I mean, it's just
Yeah, the more the merrier, right?
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's
yeah.
better that way. Yeah. Okay.
So very good. So, cookie walk tonight,
Yes, tonight.
which is sold out.
Sold out.
Christmas cheer from yesteryear is tonight at the
Tonight.
Mayhew Brown Funeral Home.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then all of the events, the downtown sidewalk market,
Mhm.
the ice sculptures,
Yep.
all
Build
of
a
that fun stuff.
snowman. All that's happening.
I mean,
Yeah.
so just come to downtown Jackson,
Yeah.
walk around.
Walk around.
There's gonna be so much
please.
stuff.
Yes. If you're just looking for a night to get out and celebrate, I would
Mhm.
say this is the night. Because you
And
get a piece
shop.
of everything. Yes, celebrate and shop. And also our brick and mortar locations do so well during these markets.
Yeah.
We've noticed that they have a lot of business, a lot of traction. And so this goes to show that these events are important. You know, after
Right.
hour events is kind of what we call them because it's after 5 p.m., which is huge. Oh,
Yeah.
we also are going to have 2 food trucks downtown as well. Those are Legends Pit Stop and then Simmons Concessions. Sorry. Yes, so those 2 will be at the courthouse parking lot.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Yes.
really easy to get to.
Yes.
Mhm.
But please go to any of our local places, get some food, or like I like to do, I do like a progressive, like stop in, grab something here, stop in, grab something
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Love that.
it's just fun. It's
Yeah.
my cheat day.
The rest of us live every day as a Tuesday, and then
That's
there's
right.
Josie, who's like all fit and stuff.
I'm a mom now, so it's kind of hit or miss on the day.
No, I think
Oh,
that's
that's good.
awesome, and there's just such a wonderful thing. Do you know? Do some of the sidewalk vendors accept like credit cards now?
Yes.
Because I know that that's kind of a thing where people don't carry around cash
Yes.
anymore.
I would say like 99% or 100% of them do.
So if you have a card, then
Yes.
don't
And
freak out
like
about that.
Venmo, PayPal, card. Yes, and that's also a cool thing. If some of the vendors have PayPal, sometimes the holidays can be a little challenging for people, and I feel like being able to pay it as you can is helpful. So I know some of the vendors have those payment options as well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So there's just so much stuff going on right here in downtown Jackson, especially tonight.
Right.
And then if you could find it within your heart to maybe drop off some stuff at the health department too.
Mhm.
Yes.
We do have our clinic tonight from 4:30 to 7.
So that all works
Oh,
out
that's
as
So
perfect.
well.
I usually go walk uptown after I
Yes.
Yeah.
get
Well,
off
you guys
work.
usually,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
also
we have a
didn't
table.
talk about you and the T-shirts.
Oh,
They donated T-shirts for the 5K.
Oh, what?
Yes, and they're so cute, everyone. I mean, I wish I had a image. Honestly, do you have an image? How do you do images?
Did you post it anywhere?
I did on our Faith and Fitness page.
I'll take a look.
And it's the 5K, the Hot Cocoa 5K. It's basically that
Okay.
with at the bottom it says there's no place like home. And
Love
it's
that.
yes, I think that's what it says. There's no place like
Yeah.
home for the holidays.
yeah.
Yes. So and it has the Apple Tower. It has a cute little downtown scenery
The little businesses. I
little
think.
businesses. So
Super
Yeah.
cute.
it's very
Dylan
cute.
will find it.
Dylan will find it. But yes, so I mean,
You finding
even,
it, Dylan?
This computer's really slow.
Okay.
But yes,
Yeah.
that's really wonderful. So I love partnering with people like this too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just so much. There's just it's living in a small town can be a blessing and a curse, but mostly a blessing.
Right.
Yeah.
When sometimes people get up in your business, but
But we all want to
for
take
the-
care of each
but
other.
and I think for the most part, people do care, and they do want to help each other out,
Yeah.
and we want to do good.
I think
Right.
most people are kind. I
Yeah, I
really
do
do. I
too.
think most people are good. Most people are kind. I think judgment comes from miscommunication and like
100%.
lack of knowledge. I really
Right.
believe that those
Definitely.
two things. But when you have people that are like, trying to bring light to those situations, I think people are like, oh, okay, maybe I should have looked at it this way.
Right.
But yeah, I would say that most people are kind and,
Yeah.
and good.
This is where the word, if everyone should just live by one word, it's empathy.
Yes.
Because
100%.
it's
I agree.
all you have to do is put yourself in someone
Yes.
else's shoes.
Exactly.
And maybe you understand why they're mean every time they come into your
Exactly,
business,
Right.
or you
yes,
perceive
yes.
that they are,
Right.
or
Yes.
who knows what's going on.
Yes.
Exactly.
And sometimes I don't know how to handle it sometimes, but I mean, maybe sometimes you just say, hey, what's going on? Are you
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, there's this quote that says, like, a grudge is just a conversation that never happened that should have happened.
Right.
Oh,
Because,
100%.
it's probably
Yes.
miscommunication. I know that that's something that I've experienced, doing
Mhm.
these sidewalk markets, talking to businesses, and just building that rapport with people. We want to always make sure that we are respectful to brick and mortar locations
yes.
downtown.
Yeah.
And so, some communications that I've had with people have been like, I perceive them as like quiet or, kind of behind the scenes, but really what's going on in their lives is they're really struggling with some things that you just don't know about.
Sure.
Right.
And they do want to be involved in certain things. So I think going out and stepping inside those locations is super important.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just all love each other and support each other, and it's really not that hard.
No, it's
No,
not.
it
And
isn't.
listen, if somebody's mean to you, or you perceive that they hate you or whatever, there's typically, unless you've done something really, really awful,
Right.
which I don't think most of us try to do.
Try.
there's probably a reason.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I agree. Yeah, they're struggling with something
Yeah.
in their
Yes.
lives. Yeah, and they just want to be loved. And I
Yeah.
think too, kindness is the best motive to combat like bitterness. If someone is
Yes.
yelling at you and you're like, "I hope you have a great day," you know,
Yes.
it's like, "Ooh, what just happened?"
Yeah. Well, you just took the wind out of their sails, didn't you?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so Josie for you.
Oh my goodness.
No, it takes all kinds, and I think that that's important. And I love your message, and Marcia also, because
Mhm.
you truly care about the
Yeah.
community. Both of you do, and it starts with people like you. So
Oh,
thank you
thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
does, and it has to start somewhere.
Yeah, it does. When I retired from teaching, I was probably out for about, hadn't worked for a while. And I remember just sitting out on the front porch and, praying, like, give me something to do that's your
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
You know,
Good.
And then I got the call to become a community health worker. It's
Wow.
like, woo.
Yeah,
Got that
that's right
answer.
up my alley. Yeah.
Seriously
Yeah.
though.
Love
So,
that.
yeah, it's fun work. It's rewarding,
Mhm.
and, and you feel better when you're out helping people or offering help.
Well, we all need a
you know,
purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so do everyone, homeless people,
We all
those
need
with
a
drug
purpose.
addiction, they need a
Right.
purpose, and
Yes.
they're all gifts,
Mhm.
to the world. So, yep, we want to help
Mhm.
them.
We'll find those T-shirts, Dylan.
I really tried,
Oh,
but I
that's okay. No worries. Just picture it in your head, everyone.
Yeah.
A super cute T-shirt.
A
Yeah,
super cute
Go
t-shirt.
to the event, you can get
Go
one.
to the event. Yes, you can get one. Even like I said, you can also walk this event. It's good for strollers, good for
Yeah.
kids. And kids, they can just come with you. You don't have to purchase a ticket for them. Just bring them with you. Moms with like 3 kids.
Yeah.
I know that gets expensive.
That's
Little
exercise.
expensive.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
No, I thought one of the coolest things that I saw during our 5K for the breast cancer event
Yes.
was one of the top 3 runners was a young girl.
Yes.
I was like, where did she come from? As she comes sprinting
Okay,
across the
wasn't
finish
that,
line.
oh, what was her name? I think it's Brian Taylor, and it's the Taylors.
Okay, I never
They're the
caught her
Swift
name.
Taylors.
The Swift Taylor.
Yes.
How funny.
I'm making a shirt for them.
The
It's
Swift
The
Taylor.
Swift Taylors with Taylor Swift on their
Oh.
anyway. But yes.
But she came sprinting across, and I was like,
Yes.
wait, you're like
Yes.
7
I
or
know.
10 or something.
And she runs with her dad. It's the sweetest thing.
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll see them. They've signed
what?
up.
the monitor just shut down.
Oh, good.
Oh. Well, it's fine. Well, we're on here.
Yeah, we can look at ours.
We'll just keep on going. Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending your morning with us. We do greatly appreciate it. And I don't know, Dylan's freaking out over there. So, oh gosh,
Stop it.
There went Jennifer. Yeah, I know. That's baby Jen.
That's amazing. But why is that up there? I love
Because
it.
they're smart Alex. They also have a horse queen picture
Oh,
that we'll show you here in a minute. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Come out
Thank you.
tonight.
Yep.
If you want to help with the Gear Grinders toy drive, please do that. Help with the health department, the homelessness committee. Also come out, do some great shopping tonight as well. There's so
Yes.
much stuff going on.
Yeah.
So
It'll
Mhm.
be an exciting day today.
Yes.
tis the season.
That's right.
Yes.
So, all right, we'll see you right back here tomorrow with some news. I think Jeremiah and our good friend Red Thompson will be in. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.